Well, Barry, I've been here 20 years. You've been here, well, God knows how many years now.
26.
26, and dealing with transfer windows is always interesting, from summer to January. How have you found this particular transfer window?
Hey, it's over. We're left with what we got. What we've got to do now is all the management team, the owners, the fans, the players have got to show passion and commitment. I still believe we can get out of the problems we've got and retain our championship status. But we've all got to be together. We've got to be united. We've all got to kick on now. We're getting a few players back from injury. I think we're great normally in the second half of the season. Fingers crossed we go onwards and upwards from here. It's still in our own hands, Phil. We can't be waving the white flag and giving up, mate. But I've got to admit, I've been dealing in the transfer window now for 50 years, and this is the worst window I have ever experienced. No doubt about that. We did have a recruitment meeting, the three owners, the gaffer and I, and the gaffer mentioned who we would like to bring in. It was 4 players with not only championship experience but also Premier League experience. We went after them players, or I made inquiries about them players. One was on 20 grand, one was on 25, one was on 32, one was on 40. I'm sorry, we're Peterborough United, not Man United. We cannot compete. We're punching way above our weight. There's no doubt about that, and it's very, very difficult to do deals at that kind of money. It's just not available, simple as that. And the 5 players we got in on loan, 1 from Premier League, 4 from the Championship, are on more money than what we spend here at Peterborough United. So for all 5 deals, I had to pay a quarter of their money, a third of their money, or at the most a half of their money. Them players showed commitment to this club by accepting less money. Their agents even said they waived their agents' fees so that give their clients, the players, an opportunity. That's how difficult it is. It's really, and then we had a nightmare end to the window in as much as everybody wanted 3 or 4 of our players. And we promised the gaffer, no way would anybody be sold. We would keep what we've got and try to add to it, which we done. However, enormous problems with agents, players themselves and the clubs. But there's no way we could let Captain Marvel, Ollie Norburn, go. We understand his problems and all that, and we sympathise with him and all that, but Darren Ferguson stuck his neck on the line to we don't often sign 29-year-old players for a thing. He made his captain and all that. Obviously he's got problems, but he's a Peterborough United player. But I'm pleased to say Ollie's the sort of guy that will run through a brick wall for you. That's what we want now, Forget his disappointment, he can't go. If he puts a great show in for the next 3 months, we'll be sympathetic in the next window. We'll still want the same money, but we'll be sympathetic. And it was the same with Sammy. We had Carl Robinson phone the gaffer, phone the chairman, phone me. We had Oxford making 2 or 3 requests that we turned down. The gaffer wanted everybody to stay and had to. We'd done that. We also had problems with Beavers. Sunderland coming in. Sunderland spoke to me 4 weeks ago about Beavers, and they left it for an hour and a half before the close of the window to come and put a silly bid in, put another silly bid in, and then at 11:15, they put, a reasonable bid in, which we turned down. We got no chance of getting a replacement at that time. We need all the players. They understand, their agents are trying to get them going because their agents get paid when they get a move. But we stood firm, and I'm pleased to say that, I went round the training ground after deadline day, cheering my head off and told the players, hey, you lot are here, let's be together, You set your own standards. You're falling way below them standards, but we still believe in you. So individually, collectively, get together. Let's be together. Let's show everybody out there that don't believe that we can retain our championship status. Let's do it. The only problem we had with that was obviously Shrieky, who, his agent come to see Dara and I 3 or 4 weeks ago, no, 2 or 3 weeks ago, explained the situation, said he had 8 clubs wanted to sign him on a pre-contract from February the 1st. Then we had, I spoke to Blackburn twice. I know Dem's agent spoke to Blackburn, didn't want to go to Blackburn. I personally give him some information that Birmingham would buy him and what they'd give him, which is substantial. Birmingham pushed the boat out in January, by the way. You know, they signed somebody from Rangers, they signed somebody from Notts Forest, they pushed the boat out. And the first game we played against Birmingham, Craig Gardner, the director of football at Birmingham, called me in the chairman's office at half time and wanted to buy Dembele then. So as soon as we went to Birmingham the other day, as soon as I walked in the boardroom, he got me in a corner, and it was a great offer that he made to us as a club. It was a great offer that he made to Dembele. When I put that to Dembele the next morning, because he was having treatment, he missed the Birmingham game, he said he weren't interested, which is fair enough. And as you know, Phil, because you come up to the chairman's office, I don't know, half an hour to go, 25 minutes to go, whatever it was, and said Shrieky wanted to see me. So I said, bring him in. So you went and got him. He came in and the chairman said, what's the situation? He said, I want to go to Bournemouth. He said, well, Barry tells me this club, Barry tells me that club. He said, I'm not interested in them club. I'll only sign for Bournemouth. So to be fair to the chairman, he said, well, it'll be the manager's decision. Barry will let you know after. I've got more important things to concentrate on, and that was today's game against Sheffield United. So Shrieky went after the game. The gaffer come up, as he always does, speak to the chairman. The chairman explained what Shrieky had said and what have you, and Darren said straight away, I want players here that will run through that brick wall for me to fight to stay in the championship. Let him go. So we done the best deal we could. That deal, like most deals, will benefit the club by millions and millions and millions. We do all them deals, and the initial fee, we get miles more money with every single player we sold. So we decided that was it. We only want people that's in there, and although Sammy was upset that he didn't go, Beavers was upset that he didn't go, Ollie was upset. I've spoke to them since they're raring to go. They're here. They're behind us now. They'll give us 150%, which is great. That's all we want. It's over now. Let's get on with the job in hand, and that's retaining our championship status. I believe we've took a lot of stick, for recruitment. Recruitment, God almighty. With Dembele going, since Darren McAntony's been here, that's the 15th player that's left our club and become a millionaire with the contract they've signed since they left the cup. Darren McAntony is second to none at our level in recruitment. Darren Ferguson is second to none in developing players, making them better and selling them for millions and millions, which is more. And this club is a selling club. No matter what we think about it, I've explained what other clubs pay. We're not in that league. No disrespect to the supporters, we have the lowest crowds, we've got the lowest budget, that's the way it is. Our 3 owners deserve the freedom of the city. I've told you that before. What they've done in the last 2 years, when no income whatsoever, they've bought the ground, they've ring-fenced some money to build another ground, a new ground, they've invested 2 million on a dome and the academy to go up from 3 to 2. None of the players have ever took a penny cut during this crisis. What they've done for this city and the community is wow, wonderful. They ought to be applauded. We're lucky to have these 3 gentlemen. There's no question about that whatsoever. We're lucky to have the manager we've got. He's got us in the championship 3 times. You know, and if we back him, if we all get behind him, if we're all united, you know, we will survive this year in the championship and prosper next year. Come on, Posh!
I'd love to finish now, but I'm not going to. I've got another question. You talked about the Tony Bournemouth deal, and you talked about what was reported as a fee, and how the add-ons obviously can be, you know, whether he get promoted, whether he makes appearances, whether he plays for Ivory Coast, whatever it may be. That's important for a club of our size because it helps with cash flow, doesn't it? I mean, if you get one lump fee up you know, into your bank, which never happens in football these days.
No,
anyway,
it doesn't.
It can be misleading anyway. If you've got it spread over a period of time, that helps you plan.
Well, the beauty of having it on games, on appearances, whether they're in the Championship, whether more appearances if it's in the Premier League, on promotion, on retaining your Premier League status, sell-ons, international caps, all sorts of things like that. That money is never put in your budget because you don't know whether you're going to get it or not. So when it comes, which I've and Tony every month, we have a windfall because he's played games or he's scored goals or whatever. So it's not in your budget. So it's extra. And we've got a lot. We're still getting money for Matty Stevens, who God knows when we sold him, I don't know. Every 10 goals we get a payment. If they get promotion, we get a payment. It all adds up. And the initial fee of players, you know, the initial fee for Brit was 5.75 million, but we finished up getting 8 million. You know, it's so many add-ons that are unknown to our supporters. And the contracts are private and confidential, so we can't go shooting out and showing, you know, what it is. Private and confidential. We can't let people know. But we're not idiots. We've been doing it for a long time. And like I said before, the chairman's recruitment is second to none at this level. There's no other club at our level sold the players that we've sold over the last 15 or 16 years. And we've still got 3 or 4 in the building that we expect or we've already turned down millions for. So we've had mitigating circumstances this year, no doubt about it. I said to the gaffer the other day, if you wrote a diary from day one...
Good job the transfer window's finished, Baz.
Yeah, if you wrote a diary from day one and turned it into a book, it'd be a bestseller. Because he's had to put up with unbelievable things, mitigating circumstances, unbelievable things. And if they turned it into a film, it'd be a blockbuster, mate. So, all these things, he's handled it brilliant. He now needs our support. You know, the players need our support. They've got to run through a brick wall for us. They've got to show the passion. They've got to show the commitment. They've got to show that they want to fight to stay where we are. And I'm sure they will.